This is Piss and Moan, and
today we're reviewing
and 2.
Wrath of Khan.
Where no has ever gone before. So today we're going to be talking about Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, of Evil.
Again, we only do these reviews for us, so
we don't care what you think. Please leave your comment down below so we can laugh at that too.
We will. You can send all your complaints to P.O. Box.
I killed him.
Sorry, I have bronchitis.
I killed him.
Not if I kill me first.
Are we gonna be piss and cough then?
No.
So, Maleficent.
Oh, wait. No.
That was a sound check reference, because I'm sure that'll be caught.
Oh, it'll work. It'll work.
Once again, for us. We don't care that you didn't see the sound check. Screw you guys.
You'll see it someday.
Maleficent.
Oh, yeah, that. We saw a
Mistress
movie.
of Evil.
It was a movie that came out, wasn't it?
It was a really good movie that came out. It was a really good movie.
We had 2 good weeks for movies in a row, and that's like
it's been
first time since 2017, probably.
God, it's been a garbage year for movies, and like
2 or 3.
Like,
it's been bad.
Let's think. What are the best movies we've seen this year? Anna.
Have we reviewed that yet?
Yeah.
I don't know that we have.
We might not have. That's kind of embarrassing. I don't know. What is our channel even called again?
Words of Wisdom. We can't remember our own channel. That'll tell you how many new viewers we have. See, no Anna, thumbnails either. What the hell, man?
Screw you.
I will.
You put them on there.
No, I didn't.
You do it.
Oh, you want me to do it? I would do it if I had any idea how.
You just do it.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, sure. Maleficent 2 was a movie. We saw the first one, which was also a movie. It came out. I enjoyed the first Maleficent. I know people were kind of sort of mediocre on it.
I really liked it, too. I always have a real soft spot for Angelina Jolie, though. I like her in pretty much all of her movies.
Yeah,
soft spot for the Tomb Raider series.
They're cheesy as hell, but they're fun. They're so 90s. Oh, man. They're...
Apparently there's a new... I don't even know what movie it's for. I don't even know the comedian's name for it, but some guys I was listening to were saying that apparently when he shoots guns, he's got Bruce Willis face. Apparently whenever Bruce Willis is shooting his gun, it's...
Oh, yeah, I know that face.
Apparently Bill Burr. Bill Burr has the same face.
Okay.
He's in a movie coming up, and he's got Bruce Willis gun face.
So, first Maleficent. It wasn't... I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a fun twist on the original. I liked how it took the original story and turned it on its head. And
this is what we want, Disney, from Disney remakes. If you're going to remake a movie, remake it.
Do something different with it. Don't
tell the exact same. Don't just make the same movie again.
Don't just catch it. Although Beauty and the Beast is still our longest review. Mm-hmm. And most thorough.
Well, that's not because it was amazing. It's because it actually had some innovative stuff to it.
It was pretty good. I'd still say that's probably one of the better Disney remakes.
Well, yeah, it's the only decent one.
Cinderella, I don't remember Cinderella that well.
I don't remember.
Aladdin was not good.
Aladdin was really
I refused to spend money on Lion King. Dumbo was weird.
Yeah, I could do a Bruce. Jack Nicholson.
You just...
Yeah, I got it.
I can't. What do we...
Oh,
stop!
Man, this hurts.
Save this for The Shining.
The Shining? You want to get sued?
The Shining.
Honestly, yeah, Mistress of Evil was really good. This is exactly what I hope to see from Disney remakes. There's parts where I'm like, where are they going with this? But then it would just...
It did very, very well.
Yeah,
It raised all the stakes, which is nice. It expanded the world. It grew the characters. It was all the things you would hope a sequel would do with the movie, and it was.
And it was a truly unique story. Like, they didn't like borrow or steal or
chill. It was fun. So it was done by the same director who did Pirates of the Caribbean 5, which I enjoyed more than most people supposedly.
Which one's that?
Dead Man, not Dead Man. Dead Men Tell No Tales, not Dead Man's Chest. That's the newest one where it doesn't star, where it stars Will's kid.
Is it the newest
Barbosa's
one?
Kid. Yep.
The one with the Barbosa being a focal? Yeah, I really like that one too. I really like Barbosa getting fleshed out.
Yeah, he's always been my favorite. But done by the same director, and it kind of has... I think he's underappreciated, because he did a really good job. He opened up with an interesting sort of setting of a fairy tale. Like, with the state of the world, it's like they go into the forest to rob stuff, and then these three guys get kidnapped, and it's kind of unclear what happens to them.
Two of the three.
Yeah, one makes it back.
Yeah, they never touch on that. This should get a kill count.
I think they did. I think they mentioned they died. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, they did find him. I think.
Something like that.
At the edge of the warrens or whatever they're called.
But it's vaguely spoilers territory. The point is, so it goes in, and it's basically, despite all the good that happened in the first movie, for some reason the entire world still perceives Maleficent as evil. And so it's Aurora trying to get married to Prince Philip, who, while his parents still think Maleficent's evil, and the world still thinks she's evil, and Maleficent doesn't like humans, and it's all about setting up the conflict between this, and it's...
Yeah, I don't want to touch more on that, because like there's so much more twists and
it's really
stuff in this.
Interesting the way it expands on it, and I went in with high hopes and low expectations, and it knocked both of those out of the park.
Yeah.
So...
I came in with low hopes and low expectations. I wanted it to be good, but I wanted it to be. Not that I expected it to be at all.
Well, that's why I say high hopes. I really wanted it to be good. So high hopes, low expectations.
Similarly, I really liked the first one as well.
And I was... Because I discussed all the old Disney stuff. I grew up with my sister. We watched it all the time. So she and I we talked through this movie an awful lot, like how some of the christening was good, but it missed bits and pieces, and how they could have expanded on the secondary fairies in the first one. So there are bits and pieces of the first one that I thought could have been done better, but I don't know how they could have done this movie better.
It was really good, and there's not many places where I could see room for improvement.
And I mean, there's predictable scenes, but predictable doesn't always mean bad. See, that's another thing is, I'm sure I've brought this up before, is just because something is predictable doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That's what setup is. That's like... You
don't need to subvert all expectations. Yeah, it's not necessary.
The good guy fighting the bad guy, if it's the point of the story, then do it. Don't just throw something else in to screw with people. This movie is such a very good setup for the entire thing and how everything turns out.
You don't need to have twist villains constantly.
Mm-mm. Good villain in this. Very good.
I agree.
Want to get a spoiler?
Can you give it a score out of 10?
I think I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Same here, solid 9. It's a really good movie, one of the best this year.
Yep.
Easily. It's definitely making the top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a low bar, but it is.
I know. This is raising the bar. We're getting a bar.
We're getting a bar.
We
now have 2 movies in the bar.
It's a couple inches thick.
There's 3, maybe 4.
We'll set the limbo poll about Just Height. We'll see what happens.
We had a top 5 and there was 2 movies in it. now we got 3. Woo!
Now we have 3.
I don't know if he has a second one in his. He might just be at 2.
Anna, Dr. Sleep, and Maleficent.
Well, Dr. Sleep doesn't count. We haven't reviewed that yet.
Yeah, but it's...
Wait, spoilers!
Okay, fine. You know what?
Anna,
no one watches
Joker,
who cares?
Maleficent.
We're the only people watching. We know what our favorites are.
And now it comes Joker.
You've got
Joker.
Joker.
I said Joker twice. Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, I'm still on Joker. But Are we going to move into spoiler territory? 9 out of 10? 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10. Spoilers. Woo, 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 woo. The twists in this are great. Wait, what? What am I talking about? The not twists, the new plot, because it's just new plot.
Yeah.
It's not twists.
They don't do much in terms of... The only real twist is she's not alone.
Yeah, that would, I think, be... And I still don't know if that's a twist.
Well,
so much
and the
it
mom's kind of... Well, mom being evil isn't a twist.
That's not a twist. She's just
her
clearly
being in charge of the smear campaign against Maleficent.
Oh, yeah, that was, I guess, a twist.
And
Still not really a twist, just additional lore building.
Mm-hmm, it was... Oh, it was all very interesting.
I'd say that maybe the Phoenix is the only real twist.
Yep, and
but that was clearly set up.
That was such a cool way to twist on Maleficent becoming the dragon in the cartoon. To ever become the Phoenix in this was so cool.
It makes it feel like the movie is still just additional, like, slur on this tale, too.
Yeah, it's...
I like it.
It's like the original cartoon would have been written by the villain of this movie.
Or maybe even the villain of a future event that incorporates the two events into one.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting another one, though. I mean...
Well, I'm just saying in general. Like, it feels like the movie that we knew and love is literally a smear campaign since forever against Maleficent, that she's always been smeared.
And Angelina is just top-notch at this role.
So
this is a role she was born to play.
Yeah.
It was...
So good for the role. Perfect.
She's so cool.
I mean, like the first one where they had to have the little kid be Angelina Jolie's kid because they couldn't get another kid to not be terrified of her.
I love lore stuff like that. The movie knowledge.
And she holds true in this one. After the movie, I think I said it. I don't think there's any other actress that can say any line as a threat like Angelina Jolie can.
Yeah, it's
part of the movie, but she does it. Like, she doesn't say a line that doesn't sound threatening.
Yeah, I mean, unintentionally threatening even. Just, it's all threatening. My favorite line, though, is "See you at the christening." I love that.
See you at the christening.
And then, ding! Such a good throwback. It was such a good movie. They advance all they flesh out all the characters. Even Diaval, who was secretly one of my favorites in the first one.
Diaval.
The bird.
The bird.
Bird boy.
Like halfway through the movie, I turn to, but you do know of me.
But you have heard of me.
Yes. He is the Captain Jack Sparrow of this movie, and he really does it well. Great. He's
fun. And then my favorite part was Owlbear.
Yes. I was thinking the instant it popped up, I was like, Owlbear!
I'm sorry again. I'm sorry. I'm not healthy.
I'm not great either.
They
brought to you by sickness.
I like how they didn't sideline the three fairies from the first one. Because I figured since they were good guys in the original cartoon, they'd get brushed aside and we wouldn't care about them. But they're part of the main plot. They have a lot to do. And holy crap, what they did with them.
Character death in this movie was so good. So it's something we've been regularly complaining about over and over. And honestly, I think it's something that even Dr.
Sleep
doesn't do the best. But this one it nails character death. Every character death is meaningful, impactful, and like has a point. There's no just meaningless deaths, except maybe a little bit of just characters dying during the war. But that's still, it's meaningful, it's impactful.
Well, it's not named characters dying during the war, which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there's so much I want to rant about. So, yeah,
every character death felt meaningful, impactful, and important to the plot. They didn't just kill off characters because they wanted to get a tearjerk or something.
Yeah, and it wasn't just introduce characters to kill them off. It was people from the first movie who were getting killed off, and it was depressing and terrifying. But
not like Star Wars, where they just kill off Han in a lame way.
Han still died better than Luke. Avoiding Last Jedi.
It can't be done.
I blame you for this one. I was steering away. So, more things I want to cover. I absolutely loved the relationship between Aurora and Philip. That was so... It was so nice to not see them bickering, because they were always on each other's side as opposed to clashing. And
there was a little bit of betrayal between Aurora and Maleficent, but it felt real natural. And
yeah, it wasn't so much that Aurora actively betrayed Maleficent. She hesitated and Maleficent left.
Yeah. Maleficent got scared. She doesn't trust the humans to begin with, and
she puts Aurora on the spot, and Aurora freezes, and Maleficent leaves. And
she's a kid. She's young.
Because it's the man she loves, and it's
the mother she loves.
No, she didn't care about the mom.
No, her mother.
Okay, yeah, Maleficent, yes.
The mother she loves, not the mother she doesn't give a crap about. And she does like her mother-in-law until she gets to know her. She wants to like her.
She's manipulated into liking her mother-in-law. Yeah. So is their relationship's really good because it's always about trying to understand each other better. It's not so much about creating fighting relationship. I hate unhappy couples, as I may have mentioned before, and they were happy the entire time, and they work together. They try to understand each other. They don't disbelieve each other for the sake of moving the plot forward. I loved Philip's speech against the fairy, where he's like, "I'm not going to kill you," and drops his sword.
And how that impacts Maleficent is.
It was so good.
So speak on that part where she wasn't really on Maleficent's side. Finally, a movie that doesn't rely on miscommunication to drive the plot. There was an actual hesitation. There was actual feeling of betrayal, and it was all real things that happened that did what they were supposed to. There was no oh, she didn't understand me, and therefore we end up with plot contrivances. This was it was so well written. This is so much better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't it was actual communication. It was just so many mixed messages that they just...
Well, they didn't miscommunicate. No. She did falter. She wasn't sure. And that hurt Maleficent.
All right, but I will say this comes up to one of my only problems with the movie was when Maleficent gets shot out of the sky and Dioval falls. How does Dioval not know that Maleficent got shot? He just kind of says, no, she disappeared. Dioval. The bird, because they're flying out together. And then Maleficent gets shot, he falls out of the sky, transforms back into
he doesn't know what happened to her. She got shot with a small metal ball from a...
Yeah, but he just assumes she flew off. She's clearly injured and fallen, and something disrupted her magic.
Well, I think when it when the ball hit her, her magic got disrupted, and that's when he started falling. And at that point, he wasn't sure what happened. Okay. He got ejected from the sky, and she vanished.
It was a little confusing. The photography was a little dark. It was weird. I want to see the movie again to clarify that part, but that was one where I
had the same sort of thought that how did he not know that she got fell into the water?
Yep.
At least.
Yeah.
And why didn't he fall into the water?
And he disappears for a while too. It takes a while for him to come back because it looked like he landed in the kingdom, but then they find him in the forest. If I
think he maybe fled. I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah, that's the one weird part.
I'm in the same part. I can't remember how that one went either. I was confused during the movie.
It's nice to see Warwick Davis acting again. He's the dude who is in the lab with all the bottles and
the fairy that had its wings removed.
The guy.
I thought that's the only actual twist, that wasn't just a terrible human being. It was actually a fairy.
Well, yeah,
kind of gets off scot-free for torturing and killing his own kind.
Well, he had his wings clipped. He was just as much. It was implied he was just as much a prisoner as.
But still, doing the Lord's work, torturing his brethren. The excuse didn't work for the Nazis. It shouldn't work for him. Well, they told me I had to.
Well, that was something I was wondering. They didn't do anything with it, but giving him his wings back like Maleficent got hers back in the first one.
Oh, I imagine they were disposed of or something like those lines.
I don't know. I was curious to see if they did anything. They didn't, which is fine. But I really liked the dynamic between Philip and his father.
His father's great. Just a really happy, good guy.
Yes.
His mom's just, you're an idiot. You're going to get us all killed.
Michelle Pfeiffer can still act. She's very good. I like her a lot.
I loved it. Turns the mother-in-law to a goat.
Yeah. They didn't do anything else with her. That's just kind of how the movie ended. I'm like, okay.
She's a goat now.
All right. Okay.
Can't get us into trouble now, goat. Although, If it's anything like The Witch, it might kill someone.
We just watched a video on The Witch with the two V's. We just watched a video on it. We haven't seen the movie.
I watched a synopsis and I don't like it. It's my informed decision. 2 out of 10.
I read part of a part of a spoilers review on IMDb in the preview section, and I didn't like it. So
2 out of 10 would not review.
Doesn't look like our kind of film. We were kind of curious about The Lighthouse, and I said, look at his last movie first, and don't actually look at his last movie, but look at the summary of the last movie.
And I was like, nope. So we're gonna go see The Lighthouse this weekend.
Mm-mm. We can go see Maleficent again this weekend, or Doctor Sleep again.
There's another one out that's it's a mob one, Mobsters. I think it's coming out. I think it's out. I don't know.
Oh, we haven't seen Zombieland 2 yet.
Or Gemini Man.
Hey,
actually, color me interested.
Audience score is better than expected.
Yeah, I have come to the conclusion that the critics score, well, sometimes it's right when it comes to Disney remakes.
Well, we can't trust
any of these reviews.
Tomatoes. Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes has become a crapshoot. So, speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, this got a 40% from critics, which is outrageous. I challenge them to tell me what they could have done better. I don't like the plot, or I don't know what anyone wants.
They're
all super succinct. There's no need for the sequel. It's almost not campy enough. Well, you know what? Screw you. It's not a review. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's
glamour shot come to, well, not exactly to life, but mobile. And I don't know.
It's
needless sequel to 2014's Sleeping Beauty. Fails to value the entire appeal of these films. I don't know what these reviews mean.
This movie is wacky, fresh.
That one I can understand. It is wacky.
The cheekbones.
I love her cheekbones.
I'm wondering how much of that is prosthetic, if any. It's got to be
a lot.
It's got to be at least some prosthetic.
Yep.
She has cheekbones, though.
Not like that.
Well, no, but she does.
Actually,
have cheekbones.
She does have quite pronounced cheekbones.
Yes, I'm wondering how much is contoured and how much is.
Who has bigger cheekbones, Jolie or Pfeiffer?
Jolie, for sure.
I really liked all the actors and actresses in this too.
Yeah, they recast Philip, which worked out pretty well, even though he's.
No complaint. I didn't even notice. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I just know who the actor was that played him the first time. So,
Eli Fanning was great. Ellie Fanning.
Ellie.
Yeah. Sam Riley was freaking fantastic.
He's low-key one of my favorite characters.
I like that in the top 5 cast they don't even have Prince Philip.
There's
only one guy.
2 of the darn fairies beat him out. He does have a limited screen time.
And more than the fairies, though.
I don't know. They do a lot.
So does the prince. He does quite a bit of screen time. I mean, not nearly as much as the main leading ladies. Hey, guess what? Star Wars? Strong female characters.
They work in this because they don't have to tear anybody else down.
Okay, so when they went to frickin' Fae Island, I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna force freaking romance for Maleficent.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, why would you? Oh, you didn't. Well, thank you.
They didn't. Yeah,
that was great. Nice. You had me there. You had me.
And they had what's his? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the
dead one or the
violent
one
that dies. The one that dies.
Violent one or the dead one?
The violent one. That's Ed Skrein, and he was in Alita. He was. The evil robot in that one.
Yeah.
He has an evil looking kind of face, which works pretty well for him.
He was sort of a bad guy in this one too.
He's a semi-bad guy. He was an antagonist.
He's a bad guy, but not bad guy.
Antagonist. He was antagonistic, and then they have
antagonist is not always bad.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't exactly
not a bad guy. He was antagonistic.
And Chiwetel, however you pronounce his name.
I'm just mad at all the critics that gave this such low ratings.
Yeah. Yes. It was a good movie.
Unbearably less fun. Screw you.
I love Chiwetel. Whatever his name is, he's great in everything. I love him. He was my favorite part of Doctor Strange.
Who?
The black guy.
The
was,
dead one.
Yeah, the one that dies. He was my favorite part of Doctor Strange. He's an amazing villain in Serenity. He always does good work. I like him.
He did a great job, and I can't believe they didn't put romance in there in a freaking Cinderella movie.
Nice. It was nice. I love showing happy couples. Like, no need to tear people apart to have a plot. Oh my god.
Like, father-in-law literally still doesn't resent his wife after she kills him.
Well, he's not exactly happy with her.
Yeah, but he's not like Superman.
Yeah,
he's like, let's leave her as a go for now.
Yeah, just let her stay that way for a while. I love that actor too. You haven't seen Gallivant yet, have you?
No, I've not.
He was a bad guy in that, and he's evil wedding planner in that show, and it's it's really fun.
That's awesome.
Man, you need to watch that. You need to watch Chuck too. But yeah. He was, man, I just loved this movie. It was so fun.
And the cinematography, I love they really brought Maleficent to life in this. The like dark angel, like almost like a demon with it's a different rendition of Maleficent, and I love it. I have equal love for Maleficent because she's one of my favorite villains to begin with. Mm-hmm. And then Angelina Jolie holds a special place in my heart as two of my favorite Disney villains at this point. Yeah, like, Jafar's the only one I can even think of that's close to him.
And the only reason Jafar beats original Maleficent is because when Jafar delegated, it worked. When Maleficent delegated, it didn't.
Original Maleficent wasn't the best villain. She didn't actually get much screen time.
No, she didn't get a whole lot.
But she had such a presence.
Yep. And, oh, man, Angelina captures that.
Yeah. Good Lord, does she capture that well. Like,
it's all just so well done and fun, and it's pretty.
Such a presence.
Like,
I got out of the movie, I was like, you know what I didn't expect from this movie? Was that much Angelina Jolie leg. Like, there's a lot of scantily clad Angelina Jolie in this.
They go a little more nuts in this one, because in the first one, she had something in her contract where she said, no, you're not allowed to use my sexuality to enhance the character of Maleficent. I need to be fully covered at all times. It needs to be all about my presence and not about my body. And that was...
I wonder why they moved away from that. I mean, I have no complaints either way. She did a fantastic job at both.
I don't know how much they didn't move too much away from it. She just has a couple big moments where she's...
And it's not like there. I feel like...
It's not so much sexualized.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm making it out like it's sexualized, and it's not. It's like she's brought down from her pedestal.
It's exposed, and not in a sexual way.
It's vulnerable. Yep. That would be the best way to think. Vulnerable. And the clothing kind of does that. It makes her seem less of that imposing, that takes from her presence and makes her more vulnerable.
I remember number 5 for our list. How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was the other thing. This movie was Shrek 2 meets How to Train Your Dragon 3. That's kind of basically the plot of this movie.
That's cool. That takes a lot from How to Train Your Dragon 3.
And a lot from Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
When they go to meet Fiona's parents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Prince, the whole the awkward dinner scenes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very fair. Oh, man, you're right. You're absolutely right. If you took those two and just... You got Maleficent through.
I want to supercut them together. It was a good movie.
It was really... so there was some twists. Some subverting expectations and done in a right way. And that sometimes even not subverting expectations. Like, clothesline out the window. It's like, okay, she didn't go down that. She's freaking behind the door. She's going to get him and then lock him in there. And then, like, 5 seconds later, she jumps out another window from below and grabs it halfway and does it anyway.
That was so cool.
That's how you subvert expectations. The double take. You actually do what you're
No, she's not going to do it, and then she doesn't do it, and then she does do it, and it was fun.
Clean.
And then she all ends up where she needs to be. That was
Right
good
on top
movie.
of Prince Philip through a window.
Basically.
Hello? Isn't it bad luck to see you before the wedding? That would have been the way to do that, is to have that.
Well, they do have a line about bad
I know,
luck.
but it would have been better if it had been as she blasted in through the window. I mean, I'm happy to see you, but isn't it bad luck to see you? Maybe that would have been too campy.
Well, it wouldn't have worked because they needed to see each other beforehand so he could go confront his mom and then get locked in his room. So
if they could have restructured it in a little bit of way, that'd have been funnier. I'm not going to say better, but funnier.
Yeah, okay, but we can't throw away the plot for a joke.
Last Jedi.
Shut up. No, we're steering away.
Well, you brought up something bad. It came back to
I'm
Last Jedi.
sorry that something just happens to
Basically,
be so
what he's
terrible.
saying is-
Anytime something bad happens, it has to be referenced.
Basically, what he's saying is, thank you for not playing The Last Jedi.
Yes.
Should we leave on that note?
No.
Your words of wisdom for the viewers. Thank you for not being The Last Jedi.
It's all nothing. No sort of story-stopping humor, like something that would make you think, "Huh,
I think some of the
this
best.
is a movie."
I think some of the best humor was like the kind of the social awkwardness, like the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
How
better than
pleasant to see you.
So,
I forget what she said exactly.
way more believable and understandable than like the awkward scene in Aladdin where he's meeting the Sultan.
Yeah.
And the jams. God,
So
that
dumb. That's called forced humor that doesn't have any relevance to the plot or is clearly
since we're complaining about this again, that actress, that character, that entire character, the handmaiden's only role in the movie was to repeat something someone just said with a very surprised expression on their face. Jams, I'm the princess. You're here to see me. Yeah.
Well, that was her only relevance to the plot. She also did romance the genie.
Well, yes.
That didn't
You're
have
here
relevance
to
to
see
the plot.
me. So Aladdin bad, Maleficent 2 good.
Yes, seriously. I don't know. Can I call out Clownfish for trying to call this movie out? It's making good money. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, they're saying the problem is they're saying it's
Sense.
stacked because Disney. They're saying Disney bought tickets to inflate their own sales, which is possible.
I don't know if I believe it. It's possible, but I don't know if I believe it. I still don't. I would really need to see hard evidence for that. Right now, it's making as much as the Joker, which I am blown away that it's doing. Personally, I was worried it was going to do really bad. Because it deserves to do well.
Yes, it's
so
good. It's well written. Yeah.
I think we should watch Batwoman and review that.
No, don't know. Because I'm pretty sure the only reason it still has an audience at all
It's because
is
of people
reactions.
doing that.
I have not
We need
seen
to be part of the problem.
I have seen so many videos that are just the same people reviewing how bad each episode gets, and I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Clicks, views, because we're doing this for the monies. You are our cash cows. Because we made a dime out of this.
Terrible cash cows.
Yes, come on, pull your weight. We're dying.
Excuse me.
Can you hear him? You hear him? He is dying.
I do need to pay medical bills. I did spend.
Actually, so do I.
Yeah.
Kids
yes,
are
you do.
expensive.
Yeah, you probably. I mean, I might be poor, but you have expensive problems. I have poor problems.
I am. Oh, sorry. I don't need to go down the rabbit hole of complaining about freaking medical debt. I'll sell my Final Fantasy Tactics stuff to pay for kids.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. Sell the kids.
Need more Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh man, I like Natasha. I don't want her to hate me on. Don't ever watch
she
this.
Loves you.
Good.
Kids love him.
Yay!
I don't get it. I hate him. Doesn't
Me
even
too.
play Warframe anymore.
What the hell? busy playing Code Vein. Remember when we were going to do video games?
Give video game reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did one.
Did we?
Yeah. It was more... video game reviews. Oh, I see. It's hard because it takes,
It's a lot of time.
It's so much harder to finish a game and review it.
Yeah,
I don't finish games. I just don't have the time. It's such a huge time commitment.
We just need... What we need you guys to do is to just boost us to the point where we can do this full time.
Yeah, if you guys get us doing this full time, we will
don't
review
care if you
games.
like us at all. Just give us money. All the
So
money
we
you
can
have.
just keep
If you have spare money, nickels and dimes, anything,
I will create
just
a Patreon.
send us money.
GoFundMe, Kickstarter, all of the above.
Coffee.
We should create a Patreon and just have there be no monetary levels. You can only donate 0. If you do such, you get access to our YouTube channel.
Yeah. If you spend no money, you get to look at our...
Maybe a day late.
Yeah. We will upload all of our videos for you on Patreon 1 day late, just for you.
Actually, that might be something worth doing, is do a reverse Patreon where they pay for crappier stuff than free. I like that
It'd be
idea.
a fun gimmick.
Thank you, viewers. I appreciate you for coming up with this idea for us. Now you pay us for it. It's in order.
I mean...
It was such a good movie, man. I don't know.
So fun. I want to be watching it again.
Do you want to talk about the character deaths a little more? Like, the character deaths were so good.
Yes. Well, the big one is the Blue Fairy.
Yeah. Like, I
Holy...
was blown away.
Yeah, I'm like, what are they doing here? Oh my god, they're going to kill her.
They're really going to... Wow, they did that. They killed her. They killed one of the 3 fairies. Not only did they kill her, they paid direct homage to her in the ending... Walt dancing.
With the dresses.
That made me tear up. It was so sweet.
Yep.
They turned that classic scene where I want it blue, I want it red, I want it blue.
Green,
from the
blue,
original,
red, blue, green, red, blue, green.
It was just the 2 colors, I believe.
No.
Was it all?
Well, in the new one,
I thought it was just the 2 originally.
Nope, in the original, it's.
But it ends with because it splurges in at the end, and it's just the 2 like.
Maybe.
Red and blue. It's just red and blue in the original.
Have to watch the original again.
But this time, the green fairy's dead. So
Blue fairy, dead. Yes, the blue fairy is the one that dies.
I think you're right.
She becomes the blue flower.
And then they're doing the color thing, and they splurge it together, and it becomes the blue.
No, it's the flower. The flower itself changes her dress to blue, and they agree to it, and they're like, "That looks best." And then she gets married in a blue dress.
It was so sweet.
Like
the blue fairy died to protect all of the rest of the fairy folk. Like she made a decision after being saved that it was her turn.
And they kill the 2 tree men too. They were big in the original one.
Yeah,
and I didn't see that coming either. Like, no, tree.
They killed a lot off, but it was all impactful and.
They didn't kill off the 2 tiny ones that fell in love, though.
Okay.
It's important.
Okay, I will take one step back. Overly dramatic piano murdering was maybe over the top.
Oh, I don't care. I loved that whole thing. I'm like, man, I hate this character so much, and the over dramatic piano playing is just perfect. I wanted her to have a more explicit death. That's
more like destructive.
Well, she falls off the ledge. I would have loved to have seen her at least get trampled, or one of those reaction shots where it's and then thunk, and then you don't see what happened. I would have loved a more explicit death for her because, oh man, she was evil.
Yeah, she was very evil. It was cool because she's not a very like physically imposing character, but she was like very disliked. Like
very good presence.
Yeah. I feel like it made me think of the really bad boy from Game of Thrones. That everyone hates. Yeah, she made me think of Joffrey.
Okay.
Which is big praise.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know.
Like the most despised character in Game of Thrones. He's very, very evil. Maybe not the most, because that other guy that...
No, the most despised people in Game of Thrones are the writers.
Yeah, they took that cake after the finale.
Yeah, even the actors.
Just like there's three big main villains in Game of Thrones. You've got Joffrey, the guy who feeds people their own dicks, and then D&D. and I think D&D are currently winning
Guy that
out for
feeds
the
people their own dicks.
Yeah, that's a guy. He mutilates and tortures people and literally feeds someone their own.
Okay, because from the YouTubers I watch, Tyrion Lannister, Joffrey's grandfather, is one of the big bads. And
Tyrion. No.
Not Tyrion, Tywin. The actor is Charles Dance. He plays...
he's not one of the big bad guys, really. He's not a great guy, but he's not one of, he's not the super evil.
No, not super evil, but one of the main...
I think he actually dies off really early.
He dies after Joffrey. He dies at the end of season 4.
Yeah, after Joffrey. But no, the one of those guys is a super sadistic, just torture porn kind of guy, and he's super, super evil. Super, super violent. We're really jumping off on a tangent here. She is right up there with him. D&D, the evilest of them all. I'm so excited that they got canned. That is just such poetic justice.
Well, supposedly it came out very recently that they basically BS'd the entire Game of Thrones series from day one. So they hadn't read the books, they didn't know what was going on, and they relied mostly on the actors reading and knowing the books to get through the show. And so when they ran out of material, it all went downhill very much.
We saw that. Well, I think it's even beyond that. They did not care about those last seasons.
Yeah, for sure. Because
all
the story goes is HBO's as many seasons you want, as much money as you want, do it, just go. And they're like, nah.
We can do 2 episodes. Or something I don't know the exact number, but it was
6.
Stupidly low. We can do half a season.
Yeah,
as many as you want. As much money as you want. Yeah, 6 episodes would be fine.
I would love to see HBO be like, you know what? No, we're doing this again. I would love for someone to set that precedent.
Yeah, to do it, to lay down the law. I'm still hoping for Star Wars. I'm still hoping for the double take.
Man, the only way
be terrified.
The only way that'll happen is if Disney actually goes under and loses Star Wars.
There's no way that's happening.
Are you kidding me? They've got to be running out of money. They've been cooking their books for years now. They're not earning money at the parks anymore. They're buying literally everything. Apparently they spent triple what they wanted to get Fox. They don't have money. They failed Galaxy's Edge so hard.
Well, actually, I don't think it's Galaxy Edge that's the problem. Once again, if you're looking at a root cause for why they're hemorrhaging all this money, it's The Last Jedi. That has cost them so much.
No, it's all their stupid business decisions over the past.
You don't think if there was a good second Star Wars movie, a 9 out of 10, even a 7 out of 10,
okay, maybe
that wouldn't have kept that hype going? I mean, they've got a lot of people watching the TV shows, the kids shows. They've got so much Star Wars out there.
So Last Jedi is the rut, but it's spiraling out of control. Because they didn't bother to fix Galaxy's Edge. They didn't bother to complete Galaxy's Edge.
It is crazy that they opened it before they finished it.
Yeah.
I still think if they had gotten a 7 out of 10, Galaxy's Edge would have been successful.
Yeah. If they knew what the hell they were doing when they purchased a damn IP.
They did fine on the first one. I think that was a very safe and good option. They canned it after.
I get more frustrated at The Force Awakens the more I think about it.
It's an average. It's the safe option.
I think maybe it's just everything behind that movie has officially jaded me to it. The interview where they come out with where they said George Lucas may have felt a little betrayed, but he didn't understand the pressure we were under to deliver a superior Star Wars movie. And I'm like, no, screw you. You have no idea what you're talking about. You've stood on the shoulders of giants and tried to steal all their money.
Admittedly, Disney is a giant, but they're not the Disney they used to be. They're not making good stuff outside of Maleficent. They're Right now,
they're not innovating. They're not moving forward. They're not progressing.
Which is a shame because that's what Disney is known for.
Yes, they were industry leaders. Now they're industry sustainers. They're drag it out.
They're not even industry sustainers. They are industry leeches. They are literally buying up other people's productive work and attempting to milk that for whatever they can. They're creating nothing new anymore.
No.
Not much, at least.
Maleficent 2 is the closest you'll get to something original from Disney these days. And it's really good.
It really is good. Maybe Frozen 2 will be good. I'm hoping. I want to see more of that, Disney. Make new stuff. Any new stuff.
Well, I kind of... Again, I don't know if our audience knows, but I kind of hate Frozen 1. So I look at Frozen 2 the same way I was looking at Maleficent 2, except my hopes are a lot lower for Frozen 2.
I also don't know why, what's it? Anna and Elsa. Anna doesn't get more love as a Disney princess because Elsa isn't a Disney princess. She's literally the Disney queen.
Well,
she was supposed to be the villain. She kind of was.
Yeah, and she's not a very good character. I'm sorry, she's not.
She really isn't.
She's written.
She's written as a villain because she was supposed to be.
You can see where they the parts they remote the movie for. It's kind of a mess. Music, sure, it's fine. I don't much like any of the characters. They work. Some of them work.
Minus a few continuity errors. I really like the twist villain in that. That's a twist villain that I really liked. I
don't buy it. No,
I agree with you. There's some continuity errors, but I love the concept and he really makes you hate him after that. Like,
yes, excellent concept, poor execution.
Poor execution only in the continuity. Once you get past that continuity, from there on, it's really good. If you skip the part where you could have killed him, that one part.
If you skip the fact that they're basically two completely different characters based on how they act because they needed to throw in a secondary villain to fix the plot, then sure.
Minus the one part where he could have killed her and
No,
didn't.
that's not... The problem is he's absolutely in love with her for the first half of the movie. It was absolutely going to be set up that those two were the love interest, and that's what it was all about. They only decided to change the story when they thought, Elsa is actually really likable, we need to bank on her.
So you think they should have made that less believable to kind of set up the twist?
They should have rewritten the beginning. They should have rewritten his entire character.
But I think they should have kept that love arc. That the silly girl falling in love with the...
Yes, the arc is fine. The issue is the character is not... The character is portrayed as far too caring about the state of Elsa, Anna, and the kingdom for him to be there to want to take it over. He should be focused on other things. He is definitely more prioritizing the safety of Anna and Elsa over acquiring the kingdom, which is his ultimate goal.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna hold you to that one because he had no reason to kill Anna.
Yeah, he had absolutely
no reason other than being a bad person.
Yeah, he could have had everything if he had not betrayed Anna and Elsa at the end. Like, he was set to go on the throne. He had earned love and everything. Like,
there was no reason to not save her.
He could have had all the damn power in the world. It was... And
you don't think she'd be kowtowed to his will ever after he literally saves her life with true love?
Yeah.
Could you get more fairy tale? Okay, fine. I can take it back. It's got some continuity issues. Should have done some serious rewriting to make it more...
Frozen is structurally flawed, and I'm interested in the second one. But it's great because
it's such a good, like...
No, Tangled is so much better.
Agreed. Tangled's one of the best.
That movie's really grown on me because I didn't like it
so many
first.
times too. Great villains, lots of them too.
How
many other movies juggle 3 solid villains?
Well, they're twins or two of them, so
okay, 2
cheating.
Solid villains.
Yes, there you go. They're one person. Twins are basically one people.
Hot take: twins are one person.
It's true. You are just... If you have an evil twin, you are just as evil as that.
Respect twins. Respect.
No.
Respect twins.
I blame
Disney.
The Schellenbergs. Take that, you damn twins.
I have no idea what
They're from my elementary school. They were the twin boys.
Don't just call out
I'm
real
calling
people.
out random real people. Damn it, Jonathan and Jeffrey.
Oh my God! Stop! I thought you were gonna call out like the frickin' the hotel boys from the TV show with the two twin boys and the. There's a Disney TV show.
Oh, Zach and Cody.
Yeah, Zach and Cody. That's where your head was like, no, you two classmates
Yes.
I grew up with.
Two people I know. One of you
hate
kept.
you.
I think one of you might still serve Mrs. Fields cookies at the state fair every year. I'm not sure.
Jeez.
I'm straight up just.
Okay, any
calling
words
these
of wisdom
people.
for the people?
Don't be twins.